coming up next here at RFA 45. And this one should be another barn burner. Jordan Larson takes on the Baker, Ben Neumann.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, making his way to the blue corner, Ben the Baker Neumann.
The Baker, Ben Neumann, straight into camp after his last fight, says that Jordan Larson fights differently every time he's in the cage. You never know what Jordan's going to bring, so he's a very hard fighter to prepare for. Knows that Larson's got good takedowns, says his timing is great. Worked on his feet, worked on improving his guard, did the Baker, Ben Neumann. And also tried to get in our good graces yesterday, Pat, which he very much did. Baked us a couple of pies that we ate.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Dakota Cochran being the only loss in the last 5 fights, but that was a decision loss. This kid is tough, and the other wins were submissions on the ground. Very good, and he's got the length standing up also. Good striker standing up. Knows how to use his reach, knows how to use his length, but he is a finisher when it comes to fighting. This boy knows how to submit people.
And now, welcome his opponent, making his way to the RFA Octagon, fighting out of the red corner, Jordan Larson.
Jordan Larson had a 2-month camp working for this one. Wanted to become a more technical boxer, make sure his defense was spot on. Worked on his footwork, worked on his back foot so as to not get overextended on his right hand. Worked his wrestling with Eric Larkin. Says the plan is not to let the Baker get comfortable here tonight. This is 5th RFA fight. Comes in off the win at RFA 40 over Jonathan Thompson by Kimura in just 3 minutes and 54 seconds of the opening round.
Larson, powerful wrestler, has a lot of great guys to train with. Out in Arizona with Aaron Simpson and the boys at Power MMA. Solid submission skills, strong. He really does overpower people along with really good technique. It's a beautiful thing when you've got good technique to begin with on the ground and you're able to add a little bit of power to it. He knows how to do that.
Tale of the Tape brought to you by WarriorsandGangsters.com. Experience goes the way of the Baker. He is 4 years the older, has the height on Larson. 2 inches longer in the arms, 4 in the legs. Jordan Larson says nothing that the Baker has on the feet phases him. Believes that the Baker's going to try and clinch him up and drag him down. When we asked Larson for a prediction yesterday, he said, I'll knock him out or TKO him in the first 2 rounds. Says the Baker leaves his hands wide open when he throws kicks. He's not defensively sound. I'm going to make him pay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the RFA welterweight division and brought to you by VersaClimber. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This grappler stands 6'1", weighed in at 170.8 pounds, holding a professional record, 10 wins, 4 defeats, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout, 8 via submission. Training out of Warriors Cove and fighting out of White Bear Lake, Minnesota, Ben the Baker Neumann. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a wrestler standing 5'10", weighed in at 171 pounds. Holding a professional record, 7 wins, 2 defeats, with 3 wins coming by way of knockout, 2 via submission. Training out of Power MMA and fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, Jordan Larson. Your referee in charge of the action is Joe Phipp.
All right, gentlemen, protect yourself at all times, obey my commands, touch gloves, and let's get this thing started.
Joe Phipp, our final instructions here, our center referee, and we are ready for Jordan Larson versus the Baker, Ben Neumann. Both look ready to go. Set for 3, but will it go that far? Larson bounds out of his corner. Looking for an early takedown, gets a takedown, does Larson.
Wasn't a whole lot of defense there on the takedown. Neumann maybe not expecting the takedown. That takedown could have been to make Neumann think that takedowns were coming and then switch up to the striking. Basically a misdirection.
Neumann looking a little unsettled at the moment here, Pat.
Yes, he is. Herky-jerky, we call it. Oh, body shot.
Beautifully done.
Neumann flinched and turned his head the other way, thinking a right hand was coming high. Not digging the power from Larson.
Neumann does have to be careful not to drop his hands when he kicks. Larson has picked that out into a chink in the armor.
Wow,
Oh,
nice.
look at that spin around from Jordan Larson. That was a beauty, Pat.
Sick hips. Total change of direction as he was going backwards. Had he not done that, would have ended up on his back most likely. Explosive athlete. He wants to put a beating on Neumann.
Jordan Larson looking to put together back-to-back wins. Last time out at RFA 40 back in July.
Wanted to fly into a, basically probably spin into a leg lock there.
Neumann back on his feet, chance for the knees here. And Larson
that hurt him.
lands. Sprawl out from Larson, nicely done, good defense.
When you're forced to shoot on a really good wrestler, you know you might be in trouble.
Hands low here on the Baker. Mouth open, not a good sign.
Fighting somebody this strong, this explosive, you got to get creative.
Very awkward customer to fight the Baker Neumann. Front kick, digs it into the guts. Long-reaching jab.
You can see the other hand, the opposite hand down very low when he throws his jab. Got to be careful.
Neumann smiling at Larson, trying to get inside his bald head. And Larson drops the lead hand to the breadbasket.
Neumann smiling, he's starting to get into this a little bit.
Good jab, caught Larson coming in. That's more like it from the Baker.
I'd like to see Neumann set those kicks up a little bit.
Larson has slowed a little. This may be Neumann's chance to capitalize. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first round. Inside leg kick, no hands over the top. Fake there from Neumann, switching stance.
Larson needs to step inside and start boxing unless he's looking for takedowns. Quit staying on the end of these kicks and long arms.
Step across inside thigh kick. High on the thigh from the Baker.
Good feint low. He was going to come high like that.
Neumann's confidence has peaked a little more over the last minute and a half. Slams a round kick looking for the liver. Didn't commit to a front kick or a knee on that occasion.
Well, you never want to float in like that, though. Hands down, off balance. There, he's trying to go for a leg lock, I'm telling you.
Neumann, after a shaky opening, looks to have a game plan now. Smiles at Larson again. Larson not having the pace he had in the opening minute.
Larson's allowing Neumann to screw up his timing, his rhythm, everything right now.
Neumann constantly moving. What may be frustrating Larson a little more is that Neumann's moving into Larson's power side, into the right hand. Doesn't seem fazed by it. Good in and out there from the Baker.
Larson needs to just cut the ring off and go to work.
Is there a little bit of frustration creeping in here on Jordan Larson, Pat?
Well, it's because of what he's doing. He's allowing Neumann to get into a groove and throw him off. You know, Neumann flinches and throws something like that, and Larson will move away instead of stepping in and dropping a bomb on him. You got to shut people down, and Larson also needs to use more feints and fakes to mess with Neumann's rhythm.
Really a round of two halves, or maybe 3/3. First minute was Larson. Neumann then seemed to find his range a little more. But did he do enough to win the round? Your thoughts on Twitter, @ChevelloVoice, @Pat Miletich. Certainly an impressive opening minute from Larson. He charged at him like a bull.
Check this out. This is wrestling experience here. Training with a lot of tough guys. He's in deep. And look at him kick his hips over and dump Neumann. Beautiful job. We'll see it one more time here. Gets the underhook. Boom. And explodes. Sense of awareness on where he's at.
"10-9 Larson," says Pat Miletich. Likewise on Twitter, most fans going 10-9 Larson.
You ready? Fight.
Neumann, between rounds, took his ankle supports off and threw him over the cage. Apparently losing his footage too much.
Stiff jab.
And he was floating in like in the first round when we pointed that out. That's how you get clipped.
Neumann continues to circle clockwise here, and it's a wonder that Larson hasn't capitalized on that more. Try and cut him off on a 45-degree angle and stick the right hand. Fakes here from Larson.
Well, it was, I think Neumann faked at him and kind of freaked him out a little bit. He flinched there.
Right hand and breaks off to Larson. Neumann pops a jab. All smiles here, the Baker.
Larson letting Neumann breathe way too much in this. Got to close the gap and just stay in front of him and box.
Neumann's hands are low. Larson can't seem to catch him. Takedown there. Larson top position, half guard.
Larson fell to his back there.
What does Neumann do from here, Pat?
Well, he wants to get back in the guard, definitely, and use that length. Start looking for submissions from underneath here. I doubt he's going to end up on top in this fight unless he lands a big kick or a punch or something and drops Larson. Pretty good control, though, underneath. See that foot on the ledge of the hip. He's looking to hook those legs constantly. Wants the leg lock.
Oh, and there's that floating coming in again that Neumann continues to do. He's going to get clipped badly one of these days, Pat.
Well, he just got clipped there, but going to get put to sleep with a right hand if he does it too much.
Why do you think he's doing that?
Well,
is he changing his mind on the way in and then pulling back his techniques?
Partially some of it's he's faking a kick and then expecting to punch, but honestly, I'll be totally honest with you, he's not got good fundamentals as far as that part of his game. Very dangerous to do that. Larson got a key lock here, wants to roll through.
2 minutes 20 remains in the second round.
Sorry, Neumann going up to the north here, hunting the arm. He's going after this arm.
Neumann is such a wily character.
Trapping. So Larson kind of screwed himself here by sticking his arm in there and grabbing that leg. You don't want to do that. You want to be around the other leg on the outside. Now his arm's trapped, can't protect himself correctly from these elbows.
Hacking elbows from the Baker of the year.
I don't want anybody hacking me with elbows like that. That hurts.
Oh, he's trying to lop his ear off, Van Gogh style.
You don't know how bad Larson's hurt right now. That's right behind the ear.
Neumann in control.
Getting in too much of a hurry there.
Larson back to his feet.
He had
Still
good
not
position.
out of danger.
Sorry, Neumann got in too much of a hurry there. He hurt him with that knee. Or Larson being smart and dropping to a knee so he doesn't get kneed anymore. Oh, he's locking up a choke here.
Is Neumann going to find the finish? Can the Baker do it?
Buddy.
Can the Baker do it?
Long arms make for dangerous chokers.
Still a long time to go in this round. 1 minute remaining.
He might be out. He's tapping.
That's good night, Irene!
Wow.
The Baker has done it.
He's a creative guy on the ground. On the feet, Neumann looked, honestly, at times he was smiling, other times he looked as scared as a deer getting hunted by a pack of wolves. But on the ground, he knows where he's going. Really, really tricky on the ground. Those long limbs, those arms are like ropes. Hang people well.
Neumann now has 9 submission wins in 11 career victories. What a sub ratio he's got, the Baker. But it goes to ground, he gets position, he knows what to do. And it's now back-to-back subs for Neumann after subbing out Israel Lozano at RFA 40 with an armbar.
Watch this here. Neumann shooting in on him. Ended up taking his back. Larson goes to a key lock here and tries to roll through. Maybe he felt he was going to get taken down. It didn't look like it to me. Here come the knees, and Larson drops. And you can see him locking up the choke here.
Sit. Squeeze.
Yep, telling him to squeeze here.
Squeeze, man. Squeeze, man. He's down, man.
All right, let's go to Mike Kendall to enter it into the record books.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Joe Phipp, calls a stop to the fight in 4 minutes, 1 second into the second round for your winner. By tap out, in a Darce Joe Ben, the Baker Neumann.
Well, the Baker bakes up another submission win. 9 out of 11 now. A phenomenal submission ratio. Okay, let's go backstage again where Roven Ronnie Kruk has the most dangerous man in RFA.